Hello and welcome to the fourth mobile SC guide. This time it's Thanos Tower located in Ring 1. To unlock it, you gotta go over here, grab the Infinity Gauntlet from under this table, then walk back over and it's right past Tots. The gameplay got nerfed a ton from its old version, but it's still it's not a good tower. It's really bad gameplay. I mean, it's obvious that it's the Ring 1 SC because of its low quality. To start off, you've got 3 buttons. Just jump across here, do a head hitter there. Get this first button. You can just jump. You can either jump down and go to the ladder or just go back across the spinner. Then you can just skip to the tightrope. Just be careful, 45 degrees on these. Ignore the ladder, just jump up to the button. Then you can go back, or again, you can, if you fall at any time, you don't lose any progress. Just go back to the ladder, get this green button, go across the thin studs, wrap around to here. You can just jump around the X pusher. Otherwise, you just have to like push it up and then flick onto the platform you saw down there. Now you've got 2 outside. Just move at all times along these, get ready to walk off the first one, then just jump late on all of these so they tip back and don't get too unstable. Go up here, long jump, just make sure you're flat against the wall, nice little wall hop. There's a lot of wall hops on this tower, by the way. Then just like nudge this X pusher and hit the button. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure if you fall off, the button resets. If it doesn't, then you might just be able to corner flip inside the tower. I honestly can't remember. But just backtrack. You might not need to. Then if you are backtracking, just wrap around to this platform rather than jumping to the crazy moving one. And then again, just jump late on all of these. The positions for all but the very last one reset. Just hold jump down here. You can go to the other side, but it's pretty fast, so I just like holding jump against this one. Then just jump across these, and then jump back and then forwards again. Now you're back on the inside. Alright, so X pushers, and then if you're going fully legit, you're going to want to just jump down to here, wait for the pusher to be in the back position, and then do this wall hop and jump to here. If you're not doing that, then you can just skip straight to the pink platform. Then you're gonna set up the head hitter about where I do and hold back and then also a bit left. So you're going onto the lower part of the platform. The speed part is just some basic jumps. If you struggle with speed, then maybe practice it before you start attempting the tower. Go 45 degrees on all of those tight ropes. Nice little wrap off the X pusher. Go from the back of that platform for that rep. 45 degrees. There's just a lot of tightrope spin. There's not a ton of hard gameplay. It's just like weird and inconsistent gameplay. You can just wrap directly onto the tightrope, or you can go to the block if you feel less confident in that. Again, 45 degrees, a lot of tightropes, and now we're on floor 3. You can just flick or jump up there. Same thing there. Then you've got a nice little lodge. Now, if you aren't at like the right height, like if you don't properly get in the lodge and you're a bit lower, you can turn 180 degrees and climb back on the last truss to save yourself. Then you can either jump directly on top of the lodge or go to the half stud, up to personal preference. Then on this, use the D-pad to align if you're on mobile. I just YOLO it. I guess you can YOLO it if you want, but just use the D-pad to align. Don't be like me. Forward facing onto the quarter stud. Now you're at the first tower crossing. Just flick around here. I honestly don't even know what to do there. I just kind of do it. It's not hard gameplay. It's, at least for this first tower crossing, it's really not that hard gameplay. It's just kind of some weird stuff. And it is totally netted, so if you fall at all on this part, you'll just go right back to the start of it. Those jumps are a bit hard. If you really struggle on pierced gameplay, maybe practice these a bit just so you're not here forever. But honestly, if you're struggling on this gameplay, at least for this first tower crossing, then you're probably not ready for Thanos Tower. You probably need to build a bit more skill. Alright, and then just be ready. It's going to teleport you there. Now you're on the CLS, the second part of the first tower crossing. Some nice quarter studs. Those are a pain. Actually, practice those. If you really struggle on quarter studs, practice them. There are a few quarter studs throughout this tower. Nice tightrope wrap, except these are so thick, it's like a 0.75 stud. I just like to skip those and go inward without rotating my camera. And now you're at the lobby crossing. You don't need to memorize these. You can just walk into every tower until you get teleported forward. But first one's Tower of Madness, then Tower of Heck, and then screen punching. Now, if you fall back down again, there's this nice little recovery section. So you only have to do all of the floor crossings once, and then there will be recovery obbies. I'll be showing that for all of them. So you just go across there. The tightrope's a bit weird. Just try and jump onto the flat platform and then jump directly onto the next platform. So you've got the spinner section. Oh yeah, more wall hops. A spinner wall hop. Just make sure you're holding forward into the wall. And then for this, make sure it's lined up right, and then just jump onto the top spinner there. Jump onto this, and then you can just stand still and you'll get picked up onto the next one. Then just gotta wait a bit. Did I miss this? I feel like I missed this. Yeah, I missed this. Yeah. And then just jump. This is like the intended ladder to jump to. You just walk inward. Then don't go in any of the sections. Just walk around the outside here. And then you should make your way through this one stood gap. And then you can just jump up and the spinning should stop. Now you can do this. You can just like go out to the side like that. Or you can just do these like ladder flicks. I mean, it's netted. It doesn't matter a ton. Just jump forward facing across these. Make sure you're on the edge and then do these like a normal head hitter. Then just walk across these gaps. Make sure you're not all the way at the top or you can get wedged in between them. And then on these, just like, just keep your camera on the same orientation, or you can turn and then shift lock. And you don't need to skip those. And then same thing with these, just walk, be careful, make sure you're not at the very top. Then just set this up like a head hitter, like so, and then wall hop up there. Set this up like a long jump, be careful on these half studs. I like to go sideways. Set this up like a long jump, just be careful since you're on a tightrope. Then you've got a bunch of tightropes to do on the start of 6. Just go 45 degrees, set these up. Slightly hard wrap, just be careful. And you can always try and save on like the purple net if you're in the middle of the floor. Some more 45 degrees, just be careful on all the tightropes. Make sure not to get bounced off. Just jump around it, around the X pusher a bit. Some basic truss flicks. I like to shift flick that. It's up to personal preference. Make sure you're going around the left side, otherwise you can bonk your head on this tightrope. So be careful. Then go across here. It's a nice stick out. Across the tightrope and jump off here. Just be careful not to bonk into the farther wall and make sure you're getting through the gap, otherwise you might fall. And if you do fall in this section, try and save on like the part on the blue floor. Try and save on 5 below. Some more wraps, stick out thingies. Now you're on the outside. Practice this, please. You really don't want to fail this. This has a few hard jumps. So to start, you've got this. Just make sure you're tucking in, and then make sure you're on the farther platform. I like doing that in first person and facing that way. Set this up against the wall and use the wall to boost your long jump. Then dance clip back inside the tower. Definitely practice that outside. All right, then you've got a head hitter here. Make sure you're careful. Align on this wrap. Make sure you're going off the very edge of the platform. Then I like to just wall hop once to make sure I've got my timing down. Then make sure you don't bonk on the far side of that gap. And now you're onto the second tower crossing. So this one is probably the hardest out of all the tower crossings. You start off, be careful here. I don't remember where you get teleported to if you fall here, but I think it's to like the start of 6 outside. Yeah, I think it's the start of 6 outside, unless they changed it. So you do actually lose a bit of progress if you fell on this part. It's not too bad. Just be super careful. You don't want to die to kill brick on this. Like, it's better to fall to 6 outside than to die to kill brick. Make sure you heal up to full here, because this section can go terribly wrong. And just try and maintain the same pace as the KB ladders. You can see I'm holding mostly to the side, but not fully to the side. Then again, just be super careful. If you need to heal up before going through this next part. Got some walkarounds. Go in first person for these. I should have gone in first person. Then watch out for this kill brick spinner. Jump up there. You might need to attempt that a couple times. It's a bit of a high jump. Then be super careful. These things tip. Just walk your way around here. Go to the truss, and then that should teleport you. This is the hardest section. Set that up well. Again, if you're going to practice the tower crossing, practice this one. This is actually some hard raw to flick onto there again. Boom, stick out. Make sure you're flicking in. Just shift flick up here. What am I looking at yet? All right, jump over here. 3x1 stick out. Another 3x1 stick out. Not too bad, but if you struggle on those, practice. Flick inward. Make sure you're landing on the one stud and not overshooting. Again, make sure you're landing on the one stud and not overshooting. 10 stud wrap right there, and then you're on to 10 of TOTS. Careful on there, just like set it up like I do. Some nice one studs. Now you gotta wrap around the frame. Be careful on here. Make sure you're setting up all of these because your head kind of gets sandwiched in between the platforms. So make sure you're fully set up before you go. And now you go around and now you've got a high jump section. But before I show that, you've got a nice recovery obby. So after this wall hop, so this is once you've already done the tower crossing, you can just flick onto there. Flick and make sure you don't miss. Just go in first person for this, I'd say. Edge your way out onto the tightrope. Go back into shift lock and then just do these jumps 45-degree angle. It's not super hard. And then just don't ladder flick up this. Don't be an idiot. And now you got a high jump. So just do these wraps and then jump to the ladder. It's easier to do that jump if you still have a bit of the jump boost active. So try and do that a bit fast, but no need to rush. And now you are on the Tower of Rage tower crossing. And this is the third and final tower crossing of the tower. So don't go all the way to the edge on that. It's easier to jump from a bit back. On this thing, go on the right side so you don't like bounce off the thin stud. So that stick out. And then be ready. I like to just wrap this. You can stand on the edge and be fine, but I like to just wrap around it to be a bit safer. Nice one stud jumps. Just make sure you're going the right way. Don't jump the wrong way on accident. That would be sad. And then you gotta wait on here for the spinner to go around. And I missed the cycle because I was typing. Very entertaining content. All right, then you just got to jump around these. Just be careful. Don't like mess up. I like going on the outside there. And then you got to jump down here. It's marked very clearly for you. And then you wait on this top platform. Don't jump down. I've done that before where you like jump down and then keep going around infinitely. Jump on here. I don't know if this kill brick is solid. Just don't mess with it. I just wait for it to go. I think it's CCF, but don't mess with that. Be careful here. Heal up in full before you go through the spinner section. So one of these spinners is raised, the other one is lower. So you got to like alternate jumping every other one. So I like to tilt my camera a bit more flat to see which one's the raised one. And then if you do this right, you should barely take any damage, but just heal up beforehand to be safe. And I like to just stand on this last part so I can line up the last jump, because the kill bricks only do like 5 damage each sweep. Then you're going to want to go this way. What am I doing? This way. That's impossible. All right, and then flick around here. That's CCF for some reason. Just do these trust flicks. This will teleport you somewhere on the Tower of Rage tower crossing. I don't know exactly where. And just be careful on all this gameplay. It's from a challenging tower. Just be careful of that conveyor. And that's a trap, so just jump down to the lower truss. Don't even look at the truss on 10. It's fake. It's an imposter. Jump over to this truss. Jump onto these platforms and then go up here. Again, if you're low, take a second, heal. Who cares? Don't be an idiot. Truss flick. Truss flick. Yeah, there's really not a lot to talk about. This is just like challenging gameplay, so don't fail, and if you do fail, save. Again. Alright, and then boom, this is the teleporter, and here you go. Now you are on 7. Now the recovery obby for this, after the high jump portion, you just do this, and then it's like 2 jumps. And then you're on this net. And this net is very short, but it is nice because a lot of 8 is over it, but it won't actually help you a ton on 7. You've just got like this tightrope gameplay. Just make sure you're aligning that jump. And then here we go, and this can send you down to 1 if you fail here. I failed here twice in this run, that's why my time is so high. So set that last jump up backwards, then be careful to not fall there. I failed both of those jumps, we're not going to talk about that. Flick inward there. Be careful, and now you are on floor 8. So this says KB spinners. Healing items are super helpful here. If you have them, make sure you use them. I like to just jump around the spinner onto the far side to make that jump as easy as possible. And again, you don't need to be in a ton of rush. There are a few healing spots, and if you use healing items, you should be totally chilling. But if you don't, just make sure you heal up to full whenever you see a break spot. You can also just time your jump over the spinners. Like on this, you only need to jump around 1. Say I did that for a bit, and then this is a nice little healing spot. This is also a healing spot. This is also like this entire back section is like you can avoid the KB. So make sure you heal up to full there. Don't be like me. I'm rushing it because I'm lazy. You can also heal up to full on there. And that's basically the entire KB section for now. I think there's a bit more. Yeah, there's a bit more later. Jump around to here. Be super careful that you're hugging flat against the wall or you can bounce off. Again, careful. Flick out a tiny bit and then do that jump. Climb all the way up. Face like 45 degrees. Do this jump. Then jump from the bottom of this to the bottom of that, and so you can just save on the platform if you mess up, like so. 10 stud rep, just be careful, or that might be a 9 stud. And then again, just heal up to full. You can stand still on kill brick and not take damage as long as the KB isn't splendid. Heal up to full on there because you've got a nice little KB spinner. Just again, be super careful and jump to that platform. Heal up again. Just heal up. All of these breakpoints, heal up to full health. Like, just do it. And then you should be... Nope, we're still not done with KB. Alright. Again, heal up to full. And we're almost at like the first of the GBJs. Alright, so this one is very, very painful for mobile. Please practice this. So you've got these nice thin platforms. I like to angle slightly, but I think angling 45 degrees is a bit more consistent. See, I wasn't angled enough there, and I almost bounced off twice. And then again, just make sure you're lined up and then angle 45 degrees the other way. And then you should be set up to go 45 degrees that way. Go to the edge, but not all the way to the edge. Make sure you don't fall off the end. Jump up here, heal up, and then go to here, heal up all the way here, heal up all the way here again. Jump around on this 1 stud, and again, heal up all the way. You can see there's a lot of healing on it. It's pretty boring. And then you can come around here, and finally, we're done with the healing, and on to floor 9. So, not before you do some wall hops. So, this will test your wall hop skill. Just flick around here. And now you're on 9. So, this is a 10-minute timer, and it goes all the way to the end of floor 10. So, if you're ever, like, running out of time, you basically just have to jump all the way down to the start of 9. So, that's nice. But it's not like you only need 300 sections for this. 300 seconds. All right, make sure you're lining up all these jumps. Don't rush at all. It's only really if you get a major fall that you'll have to worry about the timer, or like you're loop failing for like 10 minutes on one section somehow. Make sure you're hugging the wall in those sections. Line this up, it's a pretty hard jump. Set these up like long jumps. Be careful, make sure you're going through the gap and not bonking into the walls. Again, flick in at the end of that. Now you've got some nice sections. Go in first person for this. I didn't. You should go in first person. And I'm rushing them. You should be inching along these platforms. Don't do it as fast as I do. I'm an idiot. And then be super careful not to walk off on the edge there. I almost did. That would have been very funny. And also very annoying. Alright, and heal up on these. You don't need to heal up to full, but heal up most of the way. And then a long jump to this 1 stud. Be careful. It's not as far as you think it might be. And now you're at another GBJ. Hooray! Just be careful. The gameplay on this part isn't super hard. Just practice it and be careful. This is probably the hardest jump. Just don't bonk into the wall. Take it a bit wider than you think. Be careful on this half stud too. Alright, and now you've got a nice little net, sort of. It can catch you from some of the higher parts of the floor. And then I had to go AFK here for 5 minutes. So you can really see how lenient the timer is. But I did actually have to rush a bit, so just be careful here. I was rushing due to time. You have to get that button. But you should just be inching your way along this. I'm rushing it because of the timer. Don't be like this. Take it a lot slower. Because especially on the mobile, this part is bad to mess up. The one thing you should do is you should try and go 45 degrees like me, because that is a good thing. Now you're basically on the end of 9. So welcome to 10. Again, I'm going to rush this just due to the timer, but do not be like me. So just look where you're going. You can copy me, but make sure to look for yourself. Make sure you know where all the platforms are, and then go when those platforms flash. I am rushing it a bit, but you can use the platforms to flash, and that's when I'd suggest going. You've got these ladders here. None of the gameplay on this is super hard. Just make sure you set this up like a long jump. Got a wall up here. And now you are on to midway through 10, basically. Maybe even further. Well, no, it is midway through 10. Alright, ignore me. You've got trust flicks, hooray. Practice these. You don't want to choke them due to nerves. Trust me. Flick up here. Again, I'm rushing. Take these a lot slower. This head hitter is a bit weird. Just be careful there, not to go too far back. Go around to here. More trust flicks. Even more trust flicks. Even more trust flicks. Even more trust flicks. Wow, can you see a theme with this floor? A lot of trust flicks. Don't go to there. Don't go to there. I almost went for it, and that would have been very bad. Just flick around. Set this one up. Take a second to set that up. That's pretty far. I rushed it. Flick up onto here. Now, set this up like a long jump. Set up the stick out carefully. It's super hard. Definitely practice that. And then you've got a 10 stud wrap, and that is the Thanos Tower. GG. Congratulations. Yeah. The tower kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. But if you beat it, nice job. You are definitely a Sigma. That's about it. Bye.